What's up everybody, my name is Slanted, welcome back to another video. In this video we're talking about Minecraft Live and what new stuff is coming to the Minecraft 1.17 update. This of course deals with, the mob vote that we got to pick a new mob for the 1.17 update. And as well just to talk about, another mob that's coming that was from the last year's mob vote. And of course just the well-rounded general update for 1.17 as the last one was the Nether update. This one was, kind of surprisingly, the Caves and Cliffs update, which, everyone and your fucking mother has wanted for years. So yeah, this video will be mainly about the Caves and Cliffs update and what will come to Minecraft and be coming to Minecraft in the 1.17 update. There's so much to talk about here, so let's get right into the video. So first of all, of course, the mob vote was kind of a big part of Minecraft Live, so of course the winner was the glow squid, sadly. Which is more to the waters, which of course is cool, and I honestly think it's kind of cool, it's glowy boyos. But I definitely would have preferred to have the Moobloom or the Iceologer. As the Moobloom is honestly just fucking adorable. And I love the little flowers on its back. But it said it would have another use to add on to the bees, so I was hyped for that, so I voted that. But even to have the Iceologer would have been cool just for its attack. And I think it would have added some more ice features to the mountains. But yeah, of course the glow squid won, mainly because of Dream said to vote it, but honestly, it's not a big deal, I'm fine with this, so I won't complain. But yeah, other than that, let's get back to the video.
Let's do this. So, okay, the next update is the update that we know that so many of you, and well, so many of us as well, has been wanting for such a long time. It's the Caves and Cliffs update.
So yeah, like I said, of course, they started out with kind of a big announcement of the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update, a good way to start Minecraft Live. And then they talk about the 3 pillars of the updates coming to the Caves and Cliffs update, as they consisted in, I guess, 3 pillars in the sections of talking about it. So here's that.
Also worked with design pillars. So the design pillars, they kind of describe the vision of the update. And we have 3 pillars for this update. And the first one is actually all about like the spectacular mountains, the snowier snow, and the mischievous goats. Because at last year's live, the players voted for these features, and we felt like it's so important to deliver on that promise. So we actually wanted to have it as a pillar.
So yeah, as the last year's vote for the mob was the goat for the winner, as well as the mountains for the winner for the biome, those both are being a part of this update, or enhance of the cliffs part of the update.
And another pillar that we actually integrated into this was adding strategy to mining. So of course Minecraft already has plenty of strategy in mining, but we wanted to see if we could push that just a little bit further and add even more mechanics that make it interesting for players to mine in the caves.
And the third pillar is to create an underground of marvel for the players. And that pillar is a lot about like adding variation to the underground and like contrast and like inspire players to like craft their own underground adventures and build underground. And one thing we have done to like fulfill this pillar is that we have added new cave biomes.
And here is where the cave update part of the update comes into play, which is honestly kind of the biggest part, as we are getting new cave biomes, and the caves are honestly just going to be beautiful. Obviously, terraining and stuff is going to be different, so that's epic. But, of course, that's not really all to the caves, as they explain one biome, and some other stuff dealing with the caves. One of these caves biomes is known as the Lush Caves, filled with just, the vines and more grass and just very much greenery everywhere filled in this cave. And it honestly is just fucking beautiful. There's flower leaves. Oh, I love this so fucking much. I'm sorry for swearing so much, but this is epic.
I don't know if you saw, but there was this new tree that was actually above on the overworld, and this is called an azalea tree. So a tree that's going to be in these caves is also going to be above ground, known as the azalea tree, or however you say that. Basically, just the flowers that are bloomed like on the tree, which is beautiful. Then, of course, in the Lush Caves, there's the glow berries, and you can actually eat these berries if you want to, and they're actually used for a light source as well. And then there's also a new sort of plant called the drip leaf plant, or however you say that, but that looks pretty cool.
which they can also be used sort of for platforms to move on, so you can use them for some cool builds as they go up and up and up. But yeah, cave generation has pretty much just been drastically changed, and it looks so much better. I cannot wait to explore these. And one thing that I'm really excited to test out is, since there's waterfalls generated inside these caves like everywhere, you can just boat raft down them all the way down the waterfalls. This is going to be fun as all hell to do. And then, of course, they talk about another cave biome known as the Dripstone Caves. And, of course, this introduces some new blocks, as you can see. Known as, well, spikes, of course, and they're triangles in Minecraft. What?! So this is definitely going to be used for some good old traps on the boys. They then mention a new biome as well. They'll introduce, apparently, a new kind of redstone block in this new biome that has to deal with these places and things called the skulk groves, and that will introduce the skulk sensor, sort of a new redstone type of block. But this biome looks beautiful. I love these blocks. It kind of reminds me of the Undertale part, where it's like the black and blue dots. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, so that's going to be pretty cool. I love blue sort of blocks or green blocks. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, then we get to see how the skulk sensor works. When you walk up near the block, if there's redstone connected to like a piston or something, it will just automatically activate. And then, of course, you can also do it with sort of a lever of sorts if it's near that. If you have the blocks near it and then you walk near the skulk sensor, it will activate the lever, which connects to the redstone, which connects to the piston. So it's kind of wireless redstone. So yeah, these skulk sensors basically just introduce wireless redstone to the game as well. So redstone builders, here's your wireless redstone. That I know most of you have wanted this for a while now. And then we have another new mob that will work like the skulk sensor blocks, that will be in that same biome where the skulk sensors are, called the Warden. He pretty much, can sense the vibrations of you coming near him, and that's how he finds out where you are, sort of. So it's pretty much like the skulk sensor block, pretty much. So that's really cool to see, and he honestly looks really cool. His design is fucking beautiful. As creepy as it is, I really like the design and how it looks, and I just like the idea of this mob. I think it's going to be a really cool adaptation to the caves, as I'm pretty sure it's going to be mostly in those, as I don't really know if it's also going to be on land. But yeah, I can't wait for him to be in the game. That's going to be really fun.
Of course, we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources, and one of them are crystals.
She then talks about them adding crystals, which I was hyped to hear. They show some amethyst geodes in this amethyst geode little biome, sort of in a cave that you can find with these amethyst crystals, and they're beautiful. I cannot wait to build with these. Caves are going to be so fucking cool when we play this. I can't wait to actually use these. I don't know what they're going to be used for, but But then thankfully they decide to explain what they're actually going to be used for, and or what you could do with them.
And we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft, and one thing is like they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of exploring. And we want them to be quite rare, so when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful. And when you walk on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of Underground of Marvel. And I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
And besides the actual exploration of finding them and getting that reward of just Oh, the beautifulness of the crystals. You can use them to make telescopes. I'm not sure how that will be a big addition to the game, but we will see. I think they're pretty cool to have. I definitely will be sure to check them out. At least they have some sort of use besides just being beautiful. But then they mentioned that you need something else to make these telescopes, which is something else new to the game. And that other thing brand new to the game would be copper, a brand new ore to the game. They didn't really mention if this will be used for armor or anything like that, but they did mention that it will be used for blocks and of course the telescope. And one thing with the blocks, after a long time of the blocks being there, say you build it and it's orange in the world, use it for your build for like the stairs on the house, and then eventually it turns green over time after you log in after like 2 years, like algae or whatever you call it. And of course you would think, it'd be some sort of ugly green, like a moss, but no, it actually is a really pretty color that I like. I don't know about you guys, but if I built with this block and then I logged into my world after like 2 years and I used the copper and it was orange and then I see it green, that would probably bring a tear to my eye. It's just big nostalgia, like holy shit, something changed in my world. I feel that's such a nostalgic feeling, just something changing over time passes as you're not there.
And copper won't only be used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So Jens talked a bit before about these design principles that we have in Minecraft. And one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either caused it or it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. So to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
So with copper, one other thing that you'll be able to make is the lightning rod. You can basically just put it on your house and it will make the lightning if it hits it. If you have a wood roof, then obviously the lightning just pretty much deflects and doesn't work. So that's really cool to see. And it just won't burn your house. I don't know why they used the copper there. That doesn't make any sense. They should have made it wood, but yeah, that's basically how it works.
Players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we have actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have like a good gameplay solution. We want it to be balanced, and we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
So obviously, since they add all this new stuff, we need more room in the inventories. There's shulkers, of course, but you need to go all the way to the end to get that stuff. So we need something to get rid of the stuff in our inventory easily, and just so much easier than having to go all the way to the end to get a shulker, and just something to easily get to fill all the stuff in your inventory, which introduces the bundle. And I am so hyped for this. You can fill 2 stacks of 64 objects inside of it, I guess. So that's really fucking cool. I cannot wait. This is going to be so useful. You can just fill your entire inventory in one object. And then, of course, in a chest, you can just completely fill it with these. And, you can have stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of items in your chest now. So that's really cool. Now they're also introducing sort of archaeology sites to Minecraft, where you can dig up old artifacts inside of blocks using a new item called the brush. So a new item and then new artifacts inside of blocks, and you can brush them away, which you can actually use for builds and stuff, sort of like gravel slabs you could probably make then. So that's really cool to see. But the artifacts, the artifacts and stuff, so that's really cool to see. They're kind of sort of not going to be looked for a lot, but if you do have them, then you kind of just flex them to your friends like, hey yo, we got all these artifacts that probably not many people even know about or care about. And of course, other than artifacts, you can also get whole ass blocks like emeralds from these, so kind of worth doing.
Worlds.
Exactly. I think it's going to be really exciting to see what players do with them. For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories, or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots, because you can put the shards in any way you want.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
So yeah, you can put the artifacts together on clay pots, and you can also melt the clay pots and make them like painted, so that's really cool. And so of course they've been hinting at another mob this entire time besides the warden. We got the axolotls, and this is not even in the mob boat, just another mob they're adding. So yeah, axolotls I wasn't expecting these at all. They're really fucking cute though. No, they're ocean mobs, so that's really nice to see. I love the way these guys look. I cannot wait to see these guys out in the waters. Jesus, this update really is just a water update, isn't it? With these axolotls, of course, even though they're like a light source and all of that, and you can put those in like a base or an aquarium, you can have ocean adventures with them, as if you have one like follow you, as if you have it in a bucket and then place it, a bunch of them will follow you, so you can just travel with them, and that's kind of fucking sick. And they also help you fight mobs and stuff, so that's epic. But yeah, that's basically everything that was said in Minecraft Live, and that is coming to Minecraft in the 1.17 update. And now we have an official name for the Caves and Cliffs update. We got so much for this update. We got new mobs, we have new terrain for the mountains, as well as goats. Massive cave update, huge terrain and generation update and change. And the glow squid, of course, but we also have a bunch of other new items and things that help us inside of Minecraft and progress this game even farther. This game is fucking incredible, and I'm so happy with what they're doing with it. This update is going to bring so much more to the game for all players, redstoners, builders, survival players, you name it. So yeah, I'm excited for the 1.17 update more than I was for the Nether update. Minecraft is changing, and it's only getting better. And yeah, I cannot wait. They said it's probably coming sometime in 2021, so be ready. But yeah, there's my sort of review for Minecraft Live, and or just what new stuff is coming in the 1.17 update, or the Caves and Cliffs update. This kind of resolved in being a long video, but that was kind of expected. But yeah, that's the end of this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. And see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. My name is Slanted, and peace out.